Well, welcome to the Employee to Entrepreneur podcast. Doing something I haven't done in quite a long time, never done on this channel, is actually recording one of my podcast episodes while on my phone. And I guess it's kind of fitting since I figured I'd take a time and talk about the importance of making time for yourself. And that is not just for you to have goof off time, but also time for you to take care of yourself. And that's where, I realize that I've definitely been lacking in that department lately in regards to taking care of exercising and taking some of that meditation time, I guess you could say. I don't necessarily meditate. For me, meditation is my walk. I live here at the shore, and usually back behind me there, this road leads right to the bay, and get a beautiful shot of the bay. But because of one of my other failures, or we'll say difficulties, is I didn't manage my time properly, so wasn't enough time for me to go all the way to the bay today and make it home in time for the bus stop. For those who don't know, I am also a stay-at-home-preneur. Is that the right thing? I am a stay-at-home dad, but that doesn't mean that I stay at home and eat bonbons all day. I do have duties, not only as a father, as a husband, but in my business. But I want to talk about making sure you take time to take care of yourself, because you want to make sure you're eating right. You want to make sure that you're exercising, because no one wants to do business with somebody who is falling apart at the seams, literally. And that's been one of the biggest things for me that this past year in particular, I've been taking the time to get myself more in shape, eating better. And you know what? Hey, we all fall off the wagon. We all have those times when we could have done better. But with this, that's the most important thing. And you don't have to get on any crazy diet fads or anything. It all comes with being self-aware. And you want to be self-aware of not only yourself and your abilities, but also your health. It's a big thing. One of the battles I struggle with is the fact that, I have hereditary hypertension. Thanks, Dad. Actually, it runs through our whole family, except I'm determined to not follow in my father's footsteps as far as that goes. He had his first heart attack at 36, second heart attack at, I believe, 56. So, and he's still with us, but I don't want the heart attacks in between. So, with that, I kind of have taken an initiative towards improving that health. But the other thing about the walk, and I don't do any crazy workouts. I just do a simple walk. And I walk about 1.5 miles. It takes me about, at a steady pace, about an hour down to the bay and back. But that hour gives me such clarity, clears my head, gives me time. Sometimes I will take a phone call or two. Sometimes I'll just turn my phone off and just listen to the tunes. And it clears my head, helps me figure out ideas and the plan for the rest of the week or the rest of the day. So, like I said, it's not like I do this strenuous workout every day. It's just a walk. That's all it is. It's a simple walk like I'm doing right now. I know I sound a little bit out of breath. It's because it's been raining. Seems like it's been, every time I wanted to go for a walk, it was raining. So I'm a little out of shape today. So you can see, it also is important to be steady and regular with those walks, to keep the heart rate up and, repetition. It's not about how much weight you lift. It's about how many times you lift that same weight. The same thing goes true with anything you're doing when you're learning something. It's not so much about how, I don't have to be out there bench pressing 200, 300, 400 pounds. I could probably do just as good bench pressing the same thing with 25 pounds and just do more repetition. I kind of think the same way with, I don't have to be out there closing $1 million sales. It's the $10,000 sale, the $2,000 sale, the $100 sale. You put enough of those together, not only do you get better at what you do, because you get better experience, but in the end, you actually build up more financial stability by focusing on the smaller things coming in. Because you know what? And I know I'm all over the place today, because that's what happens when I'm on my walk. I get all over the place. But it's easier to deal with the loss of, say, a $2,000 client than a $20,000 client. So it's always good to have those other smaller revenue streams coming in as well. So, but it's a beautiful day today, and I'm very glad to be able to get out and enjoy it. And I'll be back on the podcast track with new and exciting episodes of the Employee to Entrepreneur podcast in the next week or so. The book is still being worked on, because you know what? I had to take a break from it for a little bit. Had to take care of some big paying jobs, and I'm sure every entrepreneur's been in those situations where you got to weigh the balance between the job that you have to do for a client and, of course, the things that you want to do for your own personal branding. But now I'm back on track. Got the editor begging for the chapters, so it's time for me to get back to work on that. And that's my plan for the rest of the afternoon. My head has been cleared, had a nice walk. Actually, took a time to record a podcast. So now I'm off to the bus stop and then back to the computer. Well, thank you for watching the Employee to Entrepreneur podcast or listening to it. Whether you're watching me on YouTube, it's Bill Clanton Biz. You can find me on Instagram, Bill Clanton Biz, Facebook, WWN Interactive, Snapchat, Coloring for Life. Yeah, check me out on Snapchat. I've been playing around with some Snapchat filters on there as well. So, and my website, BillClantonBooks.com. And hope to talk to you soon. Remember, subscribe to this podcast on iTunes and Google Play. And we'll talk very soon.